September the 18th, 2019. As you're looking at the 5-day outlook from the National Hurricane Center, you've got Imelda down to a tropical depression. It's 30-mile-per-hour sustained winds moving north at 5 miles an hour. Some models are showing it curved back towards the east. We'll keep an eye on that. You got Humberto, Cat 3 hurricane at 120 miles an hour. It is moving east, northeast, or out to sea at 17 knots or 20 miles an hour. And you guys up in Nova Scotia, keep an eye out on this thing in case it decides to curve back, dealing with that high pressure system. And below Humberto, you've got Tropical Storm Jerry now up again to 60 miles per hour. The two systems, these two disturbances, number 1 and 2, that one is in the Atlantic and it's trailing under Tropical Storm Jerry, and that's going to make it more likely to enter the Gulf of Mexico or come up along the east coast. The same thing with this storm, disturbance number 2, large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms near and to the southeast of the Dominican Republic is associated with a tropical wave. While upper-level winds are not forecast to be conducive for significant development, locally heavy rainfall is possible over portions of the Dominican Republic and Haiti during the next couple of days. The disturbance is forecast to move slowly northwestward through the weekend. That's when guys will have to start paying attention to it. Now, the other system, this is disturbance number 1. It has a 30% chance of formation in 5 days. And on one of the models, it's showing, again, the high-pressure system that Humberto is cutting north and northeast upward out of this image between is the system that's going to be in place as these two disturbances, number 1 and 2, move into the Caribbean is going to be stronger than the one we have now. And what happens when you have the stronger storms like Humberto, a Cat 3, or even a Cat 2, it has enough energy and force to slice between a area of high pressure. These smaller storms, and the ones that we're talking about, disturbance 1 and number 2, are not predicted to be that strong as the next high pressure system moves over. We'll look at that model. And the stronger the storm, again, the more power it has to move through these systems. But on a weaker storm, the high pressure system guides it, and it's going to be in place. Now, this is Tropical Storm Jerry, but let me say this about Imelda, the tropical depression over Houston. There's areas that could get up to 2 feet of rain, and some of the videos are showing street flooding all the way down into Galveston and in that area, so be very careful about that. But this is Jerry. Again, it's 60 miles an hour. Sustained winds, it's moving west-northwest at 15 miles an hour. The model here showing it becoming a Cat 1 sometimes between Thursday at 2 a.m. and Friday at 2 a.m. More than likely, sometimes tomorrow late in the afternoon. You can see it progress. Now, the one thing I don't agree with is this thing is getting into warmer waters, and I do not see that this slowing down to a tropical storm this quickly. Also, the models, we have a few days, but it's supposed to, according to the models, follow Humberto north and northeast. Guys, a quick look at your radar out of Houston. You can see the center of Imelda here. This is south of Lufkin, Texas, and the side of the storm that's had the moisture in it the entire time now has moved from earlier Lake Charles now over to Baton Rouge. We are starting to see some of this move across the Mississippi River into our state. We're under a high pressure area, but a lot of us are hoping we get some of this rain. But again, guys, you've got trailing thunderstorms coming in off these trails of what was Tropical Storm Imelda. So it has not let go of that Gulf moisture yet. Watch for your flooding. Guys, here in the wide Atlantic satellite imaging, in the top left, you have Imelda, and it is moving north, and you can see that it is spreading some moisture east. Here is Cat 3, Humberto, moving in this direction. Here's the new disturbance number 2, and you can see that it's looking a lot like Tropical Storm Jerry did yesterday. And back here, as we'll roll through it, is disturbance number 1 that they've been watching. Let's roll through. Now again, you see Humberto at the top, pulling north-northeast, and so far the models are showing Tropical Storm Jerry pulling in towards the east coast and following this pattern. That will change over the next few days, and it depends on the high pressure system. Here, disturbance number 2, we need to keep an eye on this one. They didn't project it out very far because it's brand new. They're going to keep an eye on it. We may get a late update at the 8 or 10 p.m. National Hurricane updates later on. But guys, trying to keep it short as I can. Really having trouble uploading these videos. But this is a heads up. Be safe.